Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about different types of database models in TBMS. So database model is basically determining the logical structure of a database, and it helps in determining the way the data can be organized, stored and manipulated. Basically we are having four important types of database model as I have shown in the diagram. First is the hierarchical, network, relational and object oriented. Let us start with the hierarchical database model. It is the oldest database model which was developed by IBM for information management system. Here, the data is organized in a tree-like structure. In the diagram, you can see the hierarchical particular node is representing the root node of our tree, and next level 1 is representing the child nodes. Each child node can have further subchilds, or each subchild can have further subchildren. So whenever we are going to represent the data in the form of a tree like structure, then it is known as hierarchical database. For example, the database of a college can be represented in the form of this hierarchical database because a college is made up of multiple departments and multiple infrastructure. Now again, the department can be subcategorized into multiple courses, multiple teachers and students. The courses can be further subcategorized into theory and labs and so on. These are the benefits of this model. It allows easy addition and deletion of new information. Data at the top of the tree is quite fast to access. It works well with linear data storage mediums, and it also relates well to anything that works through one-to-many relationship. Next is the network database model. It was popular in the 70s after it was formally defined by the Conference on Data System Languages. Now in this model, the data is organized in the form of a graph. Graph means whenever we are having a node which can have more than one sub node or more than one parent node, then this particular figure is known as a graph. So here the project is the root node. The project is divided into two sub projects, project 1 and 2. Project 1 is again subdivided into three departments A, B and C. Suppose these three departments are working on project 1. Now in project 2, the two more departments are working, B and C. So here the department B is working on project 1 as well as project 2, means B department node is having more than one parent, so that particular figure is known as a graph. So whenever we want to represent such type of data in a graph like structure, then it is known as network model data. Now these are the benefits. It is quite simple and easy to design. It can handle one-to-many and many-to-many relationship. The data access is quite easy and flexible, and this model is better than the hierarchical model in isolating the program from the complex physical storage details. Next is the relational database model, which is the most popular database model developed by EF Code in 1970. Here, the data is represented in the form of a two-dimensional table. Now, each table will have some rows and columns, and we are having two important properties in this model. First is the cardinality and second is the degree. Cardinality means the number of tuples in a relation, means number of records, and degree means the number of columns. Let us see with the help of an example. Now, in this slide, I am showing a database in the form of relational model because here the information is shown in the form of a two-dimensional figure or a two-dimensional table. Now here the employee ID, the name, the post and salary, these are the attributes of my table, and the records are like first record is having employee ID E1, the employee name is Rahul, the post is clerk and salary is 20,000. Likewise, the second record employee ID is E2, the employee name is Kapil, manager and 80,000 salary. So whatever the data is shown in the form of row is known as the record or the tuple, and the data represent in the form of the column or the column heading is known as the attributes. Now here employee ID is the primary key because each and every employee will have a separate employee ID or a unique value for employee ID, while two employees can have the same name, can have the same post and can have the same salary also. Now here the two terms I have shown in this figure, cardinality and degree. Here cardinality means the number of rows. As we can see, we are having four records of four different employees, Rahul, Kapil, Mukesh, Manoj. So cardinality is 4, and here the degree is also 4 because we are having four attributes, employee ID, employee name, post and salary. Then one more thing is their domain or the data value. Each particular attribute will have a particular value So that is known as your domain. For example, salary of third employee E3 is 20,000 or fourth employee E4 is 10,000. So that particular 10,000 value is the data value. These are the benefits. It is one of the most popular database model. In the relational model, changes in the database structure does not affect the data access. The updation of any information consisting of tables of rows and columns is quite easy. One can use complex queries to access or modify the data from the database, and it is also quite easy to maintain the security in this model. Last model is the object-oriented model. Here, the data is represented in the form of objects or in the form of classes. Now here this model is following the concept of object-oriented programming, that is, it is having inheritance, polymorphism, overloading, object identity, encapsulation, information hiding important features along with it. And here the information is shown in the form of an object. So let us see with the help of an example. Here in the box I have representing object oriented model in which we are having a class. Class is nothing but a group of a similar objects. So a class will have multiple objects. Object is nothing but a particular entity that physically exists. Then we are having variables, then we are having methods. Now if we are going to compare the object oriented model with the relational model, then we come to know that the here in the object model the class is represented by a table in the relational model. The object or the object instances of the object-oriented model are represented by the tuple in the relational model. The variables are represented by the attributes in the relational model, and the method of the object-oriented model is represented by the stored procedures in the relational model. So this is the difference between these two models. Last is the benefits of the object-oriented model. The object database can handle different types of data, like they can handle pictures, videos, tags, numbers, any format of data. Secondly, they are having low maintenance cost as compared to the other models because most of the tasks within the system are encapsulated. They may be reused and incorporated into the new task. So that is the most important utility of this